Bonsoir, bienvenue, Nouvelle-France République. Salut, je m'appelle, enchanté, Richard. Welcome to another New Manchester video. This is yours truly, Richard, the owner of the New Manchester YouTube channel. And welcome to another episode of Nightcap. Coming to you live from a road which is out in the woods near Liberty City, Texas. It's nice and cool outside, and it rained today, so everything is soaking wet, the grass, the road. So there, I want to keep it down. I don't want to disturb my neighbors. And you can clearly see to your left there's a crossover vehicle parked in the driveway of a house. That's on the left. So okay, what I want to talk about in this video. Okay, I don't know if YouTube is gonna take this video down, but I'm gonna talk about something that's sexual. So if you have children, get the children out of the room, or just put on some headsets so the children won't hear what I'm saying. If you had a computer, or if you're listening to this video or watching it on an Apple device like an Apple iPhone, an Apple iPad, or if you're viewing this video on a computer, I suggest you pull out your Bluetooth headsets and sync them up to these devices, so the children that you have, or you have some parents who are going to be shocked at the things that I'm going to be saying in this video, just sync your Bluetooth headsets to any device that you have that you're watching this video on, so they won't hear what I have to say. Okay, this video is not for children, and I don't know if YouTube's gonna take this video down. If they do, after I post this video, I'm just gonna make a response video and just explain it, and not gonna whine about it, and just move on and just watch what I say. Okay, all right, you saw that title of that video, and the title of this video is Blowjob, fellatio, oral sex. Okay, wow. Blowjob, a lot of women go down for their boyfriends and husbands, to give them a blowjob, blow them, and some men enjoy it, and the women who are the givers, who give their man a blowjob, they like it as well. But not all men and all women like it. Some men and women like it, some men and women don't like it. And I'm going to focus on the term oral sex. And it's not just the man who receives oral sex. The woman can receive oral sex from the man. You know, the man licks the edges of the woman's vagina, vajayjay. You know, she likes it, you know, and men and women perform oral sex on each other, you know. They do it before intercourse. Yeah, so this is getting boy, this is getting X-rated now. Okay, yeah. I'm gonna focus on the man getting a blowjob from a woman. You know, if you're a man, listen up. You know, receiving head. Yeah, head is basically a terminology for blowjob, fellatio. You know, receiving head from a woman, you know, it feels good, and it does, you know, and while she gives you head, you're basically ejaculating in her mouth. You know, that leads to the ejaculation of semen. Don't want to gross anybody out. And yeah, like, and and a lot of men and a lot of women like this. I mean, the woman likes the man releasing semen all over her face, spewing jizz out of his penis and all over the face of the woman. I mean, the woman likes it, the man likes it, that's just part of it, and they do it after they do this is done after sexual intercourse. So and a blowjob, yeah, it's a low risk for STDs and like AIDS. I mean, the risk for that is very, very, very low, and yeah, the risk is very, very low, and also I watched a YouTube video that featured a woman on a short TikTok video, and she talked about she went to this summer camp when she was younger with her boyfriend, and at that summer camp she gave her boyfriend a blowjob. Then after the blowjob, she developed, she started to feel her throat being sore, and she goes and tells her mother about it and says that her throat is sore, and that was from giving her boyfriend a blowjob at this summer camp. And she was complaining to her mother about her throat being sore, from the blowjob that she gave to her boyfriend, and she don't know if it's like STDs or not, and she begged her mother not to tell her father about it, but and all of this, her father happens to be a doctor, and her mother said, well, I'm going to tell your father about it because he's a doctor. We got to find out why what's making your throat sore. And In the woman's words, her father came up to her one day and told her to open her mouth up by saying this, "Open." And she opened up her mouth, and her father looked in her mouth, well, looked in her mouth, like, well, inside her mouth, and looked at her throat and all, and said it was like an STD or whatever it was. And the woman just freaked out about, oh, I got this because I gave my boyfriend a fucking blowjob. Oh, yeah, yeah. Blowjobs, when you receive a head from a woman, you're a guy, it's, yeah, it's a feel good thing. It feels good, and it does, it's pleasurable, some men like it, some don't, and my dad told me that my mother gave him a blowjob, and he told me that he didn't like it. So my dad is one of those men who don't like receiving head from a woman, and that's just how it is, yeah. Yeah, it's, everybody, not everybody, like, it's just a thing that, that some men and women enjoy, men and women, men and women who like it, they enjoy it, and men and women who don't like it, they don't enjoy it, and they don't engage in it. So, it's, and also, like, it's, and also, this is not related to this video, but, you got people who don't like to wear jeans. That's right, you have those people out there, they don't like to wear jeans, and they don't. And it's because that, people who don't like to wear jeans feel that the jeans are uncomfortable. But you got people out there who like to wear jeans, and I'm one of them, and they say jeans are very, very comfortable. It just, when it comes to comfort from a pair of jeans, it's just the size and the brand, like Levi's, Wrangler, Jordan, Arizona jeans. That's a jean company of the store J.C. Penney. I heard J.C. Penney is going out of business. I used to shop at J.C. Penney for clothes. So, yeah. Okay, going back to blowjob. Giving a blowjob. Yeah, it's like this. The blowjob works like this, and I think some of you guys who are adults know this. And if you're a woman, if you're interested in this, and you gave a blowjob to a man that you love, who is your boyfriend or husband, yeah, it works like this. In a blowjob, the woman who gives the blowjob to the man is the giver, and the man who's receiving blowjob from the woman is the receiver. Yeah, the woman is the giver, the man is the receiver. So yeah, yeah. And You got some men and women out there who engage in oral sex. They have fantasies, like for instance, a black woman gives a blowjob to her husband, who is also black. The woman talks dirty and says that the man's penis is chocolate, and she says something like this during the blowjob. She'll stop and say this to the man: the blacker the berry, the sweeter the juice. And also, I don't know, I guess with white people, they'll say, I guess the white woman who gives head to her husband or boyfriend, the white woman, and the white guy, I guess the white woman who gives head to her boyfriend or husband, she'll say this to him: you're a vanilla thriller. The vanilla thriller. And I guess with brown people, Hispanic people, or Arabic people, I guess they're butterscotch. I'm not trying to be racist or anything, I'm just adding a little humor to this, hey, what people do behind closed doors is their business, It's just the way it is. But the blowjob, it's not just done by two people who love each other in a relationship. It's also is done through prostitution. A man paying a hooker for sex. It is also done by gay couples. So again, what you do behind closed doors, what you do in your personal life, is your business. But I don't want to say that just to put people down. But hey, it's like this. I never received head from a woman, but I probably will get that, in the future. But there's something that bothers me. Well, it doesn't bother me. It's something that I hear a lot, from women. I heard this in the past, and I'm hearing this right now. Modern day women like the singer Billie Eilish. She talked about she doesn't like men with small penises. And I guess she finds giving head to a guy with a small penis is just like wank. It's just bad. But I'm not gonna put men down with small wangs. So I'm not that type of guy, but I guess women like Billie Eilish like men with big wangs, big penises. So so I don't know if Billie Eilish gets with a guy with a small wang and she goes downstairs for oral sex, blowjob, and she sees a guy with a small wang, and the guy before all this lied to her and said that he has a big penis. I bet she's gonna get angry and gonna cut his wang off, like what happened to Val Venus, the wrestler from the WWE. That storyline that he was involved in with Kai and Tai, Yamaguchi's son, and said, and Yamaguchi-san got angry at Val Venus messing with his wife, and he says he's going to choppy his PP, meaning that he's going to chop his dick off. Ah! Choppy your PP! Ah! Hope I didn't wake anybody up. So anyway, that's all I gotta say in this crazy video. So before I end the video, I'm gonna say this. If you like the video, give it a like. If you dislike the video, dislike it, and leave your comments. And before I end this video, the comments that are ending up on my are going to the videos on this channel, they get mysteriously deleted. I'm not deleting these comments. It's YouTube. YouTube is very glitchy and very weird. So yeah, if I have if I have like an email account, I think the comments will show up there. So it's YouTube. So it's not me. But I will delete comments if someone comes to my channel and insult me and hurl insults at me and talk about how I talk in these videos, or if it's a troll, I will report them and delete their video, delete their comment. And I will do that. But if the comments are respectable, yeah, I will leave them up on the video after I respond to them. But if it's something stupid or it doesn't make any sense, I'm not going to delete it. I'll just leave it up. But if it's an insult, I'm going to delete it. And you're going to be some people who are very honest. They're going to come and say, yeah, you said that things suck in that in one of these states here in the U.S., but when you talk, you stumble and fumble, and you don't make any sense in your videos. You have senior Joe Biden moments. So there, I'm gonna leave it at that. So that's all I gotta say in this video. Cheers and au revoir. Merci beaucoup. Je vous remercie. Au revoir. Oh, I'm going to add something. I'm going to add something to this video. Add something to this second episode of Nightcap. Well, it's like this. This is a story that involves me. When I was a teenager, I'm gonna say I was a teenager in junior high, and I remember these two girls. One girl was black, the other was white, and both of them told me that they're gonna give me a blowjob one day. And I didn't say anything when I heard them say this to me. And these two girls, they were from different schools. I mean, I went to two different schools. The black girl was from one school, and the white girl was from the other. Yeah. And and they did the same thing. Both of them were sucking on lollipops. Yeah, the black girl and the white girl. Both girls who told me that they're going to give me a blowjob. Was like this. At the first school, the black girl told me that she was going to give me head, and at the other school, the white girl said she's going to give me head as well. And it turned out to be just shock talk, just to give me something to think about, just to make me excited. And, these girls never did it. They never gave me head. So, but, that other, one of those girls, the white one, she really was going, she was like, yeah, the way she was talking and the tone of her voice, she really was going to give me head. And also, in high school, I'm not involved in this. There was this boy, and he talked about, okay, I was on the school bus. It was like 3 boys, One was white and the other 2 were black. And the white boy on the bus, this when I was in high school, on the school bus, he talked about this girl, and I know her name. I'm not going to say her name. And I'm not going to say the name of the boy. The boy said that he said that the girl gave him a blowjob. And after the blowjob, he said he was gonna fuck her, give her intercourse. He said he gonna fuck her. And when he was about to do that, she told him to stop. She told him to stop. And he stopped. So, yeah. Yeah, just want to add this in the video. Alright, more videos to come. Au revoir again.